Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Around the World with me, Herd37. So we are here in Seoul, South Korea. I believe it's called Incheon Airport. And in this episode, we're going to be flying east, a little southeast, to Osaka, Japan, to Kansai International. I really like this airport. I noticed on the replay when I came in, I thought that there were trees scattered all over the airport in the parking area, and I thought it was messed up. But actually, I think those are just placed trees like they're supposed to be. So is it actually a really nice airport? I think those are static aircraft over there. You can see there are a few, I guess from World of AI, Lufthansa, KLM. Not sure who that is over there. That, but all in all, it's pretty nice. Go ahead and get this one started up. Tank selectors. Let's see if I can move that all the way up. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery, nav, and beacon. Turn on avionics 1, generator, fuel boost. Let's hit the starter. Move this up to low idle. There she goes. Knock off the starter, so just moving forward a little bit. And we'll turn off the fuel boost. Avionics 2 comes on. And the pitot heat and prop auto heat. That should be it. Go back to the yoke. Bring up ATC. Let's see if we can get on out of here. Looks like the weather isn't bad at all. You can see we're going mostly to the east.
Incheon ground, Cessna with Kilo. Request taxi for takeoff, east departure. Cessna taxi to and hold short at runway 33 left via taxiway Romeo 10, Romeo 1, Alpha Niner, Alpha 7 Bravo Golf. Contact tower on 118.21 ready.
Alright, acknowledge that.
Taxi, hold short, runway 33
and
left,
turn on the progressive taxi.
Romeo 10,
See if that's on the right or left. Right. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and turn on the taxi light. Let's see exactly how far it is. 5:32. It's a little further than I thought it was, to be quite honest. We'll get on the taxi. Looks like they're going over there as well. Is that the same? 33 left for us and 33 left for them. So, oops. Hold on to that button. I'm not sure who that was. Was that KLM? No, Aeroflot. Right. Is that Russian Aeroflot? I can never remember. I've been trying to do a video with the 767 and I see Aeroflot on there all the time. I just can't remember who Aeroflot is. I'll look that up. It could be German, I'm not really sure. This should probably be a long taxi. See some flickering textures. Actually, I haven't flown in like 8 days now. I just didn't have time. We had the holidays and everything, and then when I got home from the holidays, from Christmas and everything, I just wasn't able to fly, so it's been a little while. I actually got another SSD. I think it was a 250 gig SSD for Christmas, and got P3D version 3 as well. And I had that installed. Messed around a little bit with it, trying to get some stuff installed. Of course, there's not installers for everything, so I don't know, some of it's kind of hit or miss. I think everything I've tried so far has actually worked. Hasn't been too bad. There's Aeroflot. They're going to beat us to the runway. They were in the right place to beat us. Oh well. By the way, Osaka Kansai Airport, we do have a senior for that. You all have seen it before if you seen the Air Hauler series. You know what? I should have just taken that taxiway right there and out to the runway. We don't need a whole lot of runway. Wow, look at all the Korean Air doing Christmas. Good lord, I'm not sure if they're all static Because I do have more of AI. I'm sure we have theirs installed everywhere. It's amazing how many freaking planes there are. I mean, it seems like 30 frames a second. There are some flickering textures. That's kind of annoying. And that guy, he is on the taxiway. I thought he was. I couldn't see it there for a second. I thought he was just going through damn grass or something. Yeah, I've messed around with a P3D version 3 a little bit, and I did like it. I haven't been able to do a ton of it. I still got to get the planes installed and everything. I was flying mostly default and using some add-on scenery, but it was really, really nice from what I had, from what I tried. Tell you what we're gonna do. The flaps out. Switch over to the tower. Hopefully I can get over close to it before he gets down there. I think we will. And then we'll be able to get on out of here. Come on. There we go.
Incheon Tower, Cessna, ready for departure to the east at runway 3.
Yeah, we beat him easily, didn't we?
Cleared for takeoff, runway 33 left, departure to the east approved.
Alright, we'll acknowledge
Cleared
that.
for takeoff, runway
Landing lights
33
come on,
left.
strobe comes on. We'll do a rolling takeoff. Well, if I can get my heading set first. 33, I didn't do my altitude either. I don't know, it looks like there's lights on, but there shouldn't be. I'm not sure what that library is either. I was not paying attention. I'm sure. Moving the mouse around, pointing stuff. Alright. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Head on over to Osaka. Like I said, over 500 miles. I did not know it was that long. I didn't think it was that long at all.
Incheon Tower, 05600, heavy at runway 33 left, ready for takeoff. IFR to Carenado.
Alright.
05600.
Where is he going?
Taxi into position and hold.
Sheremetyevo? It's gotta be Russian.
Position and hold. 05600, heavy.
Alright. Retract the flaps. Nose down just a little bit. We're gonna fly at 10.5. There we go. And then we'll make our right turn here in just a second. I know they're waiting on us. That was crazy. Sheretyevo? Sheremetyevo? Never heard of that. Sure.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 33 left. 056.
Sorry, track 118. See if I can get there. 118. Alright. So, kind of want to see that guy take off as well. Although we don't have to use the heading, that's right. Well, we will use it and then we'll switch over to the CDI.
Tower, Korean Air 757 at runway 33 left, ready for takeoff. IFR to Centford.
Altitude, let's go vertical speed up 1,000 feet a minute.
Position and hold. Korean Air 757.
We're gonna come back over the airport at least a little bit, I think. He didn't get permission to take off, did he? Korean Air. Yeah, they already took off, didn't they? Oh, there's a... That looks like the Aeroflot right there, but that is not the same runway. Well, see, they just said 33 left for this guy, but I don't see... I don't know if you all... Man, come on, ladies, shut up with the traffic. My God, they're not in the same area. Might have one, maybe. I don't see anyone down on the runway. Is that... It's not... We took off on 33 left. I do like that airport. Very, very nice. It's weird because I thought Aeroflot had already taken off. There you can just barely see him moving. I was looking for a blue plane. Kind of trying to see that guy take off. Although the Aeroflot, he might have just seemed like he was close. That's how he was up in the air. I don't think I can see that guy now. Oh, there he is. Right there. Alright. That was a 757. That's pretty nice. Alright, now that we're basically on that, let's go ahead. I moved that over. Already, so we'll hit nav and we'll follow that. Follow the GPS for us. And we're well on our way. Increase the power a little bit. Just make sure I keep it away from the flashing. There's some wind there. Because at that rate, it was saying 3 hours would be a lot less than that. Because, like I say, when we cruise around 170 knots, I think, around that. It's weird. All this is winter, not over there. Not even over there. It's not winter on the islands. Kind of odd. Still got to change my view. I keep saying I'm going to change my view. I'll lower it down, and I just always forget. I guess this is really the Seoul, is it not? Don't really see any huge skyscrapers like I would have expected. Unless this is not the main downtown area. So that's not winter either. Although I think that's still part of that Addons Airport with the bridge and everything. I don't know why that's not. That's partial. Yeah, I don't really see downtown Seoul unless that's it. You expect, you know, Seoul, South Korea, a bunch of skyscrapers and stuff. I don't really see anything. Switch my views there. Texture popping a little bit, not too bad like this view. Looks like one tower out there by itself. And you can see we're getting knocked around by the wind here. Okay, we're up to 6,200. Like I said, we're going to go up to 10.5. Should be fairly short though. It says 2.5 right now, and then we go 4x. And we'll be flying at, you know, almost 30 knots quicker as well. Just 25% faster than we are. So it shouldn't be too long. It's just at one, like, hour up there. Alright. Let's go ahead and speed it up, everyone. And I'll be back in just a little bit.
875, Korean, Incheon Tower, Korean Air 865, clear for takeoff, runway 33 left, Korean Air 869. Traffic, 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 Korean Air 865, traffic, traffic, Korean Air 869.
Alright, everybody, I just slowed it down. I cannot get our speed down. I don't know why all of a sudden it's banging up like that. We were coming down smoothly, and then it just kept hitting 175. I don't know what was wrong with that. I want to lower this down now to 3,000. We're sitting at 5,000, so let's go ahead and descend some more. It was very odd how I was doing that. Let's go ahead and hit up Kansai. Up the tower and request full stop. See, there's a bunch of you got Osaka. I think is pretty close to Tokyo as well. So Tokyo is Narita, which we'll be going to next, by the way. Acknowledge that right traffic for 24 right. Alright, so you can see it's out in the water. It's a famous airport. How they did that. So switch over to the heading and switch this over to nav. There we go. That'll work. 24 right. Let's see if they got any procedures for that. Right. So 24 left. Hopefully they've got right. Alright, LS 24 right. There for a second I was gonna say, oh my god, they don't. Vectors. Come on now. Play nice. I'm gonna go ahead and activate that, actually. So you could use that CDI and it would take us straight there. You can see it's over there. Go just a little more to the left. See, we're just under 4,500 feet now. I'm gonna get on the thrust just a little bit more. Into the clouds, there's that nice bridge over there. Let's go check out the map. See if we can find the ILS for 24 right. There we go. 24 right. 108.5. 108.5. And 238 was the heading.
Japan Air 2614, exit runway when able.
It's 338. Alright, there we go, 238. Could just use the CDI, but I don't think we're going to do that. Although that doesn't seem right to me. 24 right, so it would be 238. It just seems odd because this is pointing 238, and we actually want to. It doesn't seem like it should be pointing down and to the right. South. Well, I guess it is southwest. It's just odd how it looks from here. Let's see, we're 18 miles out. That's going to be it right there, I do believe. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Let's actually take this down to 2,500 because we're not going to go all that far out because we ended up so close. I'm actually going to let it go down to 2,300, 2,200.
Cleared to land, runway 24 right, Altipan 172.
So we're not really going all that far out. We're a little more to the left here. Is this Osaka? Well, would that be Osaka, or would they have connected it over to the main area? I don't know. We're right on the glide slope. Perhaps I should go down to 2,000. And the glide slope, as you can see, is dropping below us.
On the pond.
Now we're right back on it.
156. Osaka Tower. Cleared to land. On the pond 30. Head.
Way, that's a
On the
full,
pond 172.
full rich. Now, the glide slope is just barely below us. Pretty much around it now. So I'm going to go out a little bit further. I'll go more diagonal before we start cutting in. We actually ended up, well, maybe I took a little bit, almost went straight out to it. In which case we could have stayed at 3,000. I think this is going to be Osaka over here. I mean, it was just another part of it across the bay. Yeah, we end up a lot closer, although I mean, the range is only, what, 50 or something, so I should figure when we're only that far away. I don't know, I always do that in this plane.
On the pond 156 heavy, turn next taxiway.
Now we were on the right one, 24 right, so we should probably turn, might have actually turned a little late. Below the glide slope. Make sure we're at normal speed, just in case. We actually did not go out far enough. Whoa.
Contact Kansai departure on 120.45. On the pond 156.
And we need to start getting down, by the way.
Going to 120.45.
Switch this to nav.
30 heavy.
Yeah, we're too high now. Come on. Where's my approach button? There it is. Alright, a little more thrust now. So we're turning back towards it. I need to get my flaps. I know as soon as I hit my flaps, we're going to balloon up.
121.6 on the pond 156 heavy.
Alright, we're still on it. I was trying to trim down. I don't know if that'll kick us off autopilot. Sometimes that can happen in some planes. You have to trim it all, it'll knock you off autopilot.
Cessna cleared to land. Runway 24 right.
Alright, we'll acknowledge
Cleared
that.
to land. Runway 24 right. Cessna.
We're still high. I don't know if that's because of the speed. I mean, I sped up and that. Alright, we're at full flaps. So I was trying to use trim again. I don't know if it will pay attention to me or not, because you can see how high we are. Both from the heavy lights and here on the glide slope. Coming back towards it. I don't know if it's gonna. Traffic. Someone above us or below us or what? That's the only thing is we come in so slow like this, we kind of just screw up the rest of the traffic. Alright, we're on the glide slope almost. It's just barely below us now. Come back on the thrust just a little bit. Sometimes that helps.
Traffic.
So heading. Alright, now we're all lined up, and we're almost on the glide slope. Wish I would have come in a little quicker. But we always come in slow. There she's exiting right now. Seems like it takes this plane longer to get all set up on the ILS than a lot of other planes, but maybe that's just because we're going so slow. Like, it seemed to take a while to get lined up, and now it's over to the right. Alright, autopilot coming off. Alright, now we're back on center actually. We're back over to the right. Come on. And there must be a strong wind to the left because we are really fighting it. Seeing that we're high as well. Reduce the thrust a little bit. We're going kind of quick. Also, we need to dive down a little bit more, so it's going to pick up some more speed. Feels like there's a definite wind, though, kicking us left. Got over too far to the right trying to get into it. Try to crab it back to the left. Ended up too far to the right. Alright, so we'll go down here to the taxiway. You see there's one plane over there. So now that I'm on the ground, it wants to go straight right on me. That's gonna be a high-speed taxiway. Deck on it to the other. Coming in the other way, that would help. Maybe we can use this one. Yeah, this looks like a high speed for ours. It's gonna get on the radio bitch and exit when you able or whatever. Next taxiway. I'm surprised he hasn't already. Oh man, we almost made it without him saying that. I was actually trying to beat him saying that. Alright. Go to ground. We're gonna go to parking.
Kansai ground. Cessna. Request taxi to parking. Cessna. Taxi.
Landing lights come off. Strobe is off.
Taxiway Bravo 7. Juliet 3. Romeo Echo 9 Papa.
Acknowledge that. There's some taxi.
Via taxiway Bravo 7, Juliet 3, Romeo Echo 9 Papa, Cessna.
Alright. See any other planes? Not that I took a really good look. It's hard to. Yeah, you all have, if you watch Air Hauler, you definitely have seen this. I had, when I was doing the 747s the second time around, we flew out here at least once or twice, maybe in and I can't remember. It is one of our bases. I think Air Hauler 2, if it ever comes out, we might switch over to Narita. I don't know though. So that's pretty sweet. Because I'm doing a 767 Narita down to Sydney, and I don't know, Narita is probably not even as nice as this. I think it's an older scenery and it's really nothing to write home about. It's not that great. Better than stock, but I think I actually like this airport even better. And it's just cool that it's out in the middle of the ocean. There's some traffic apparently in the airport as well. That's a little faux pas. That Cathay Pacific up there. Man, I'm all over the place. This thing is really wanting to go right, and then all of a sudden it kicked left. Is that Thai over there? The purple wing? Maybe? Star Alliance, I'm not sure who the Alliance is. I think there's like several. Isn't there like several alliances like around the world? Just made up of several different airlines. Cathay Pacific. I don't know, is that a 777? I don't know. It's an awful big plane. We'll see winglets, but I always have a hard time identifying planes, except for like a 747, A380. Alright. Isn't that one big tower off in the distance? That's pretty cool. I'm not sure exactly if the scenery includes that over there and that bridge and everything. I'm not really sure. But I will, of course, leave a link in the description. You can always check that out. Is that A&A? Isn't that a Japanese carrier, I believe? Okay, so who the red one is that? JAL, yeah. Japan Airlines. It's not a full airport. There's definitely a fair amount of planes, I guess. I don't know, not really compared to how many gates there are. And where is this parking area? It's way down here. I never understood exactly why the parking places are always the furthest away. I can understand why you'd want commercial to be close, obviously, you know, short taxi in and out, but man, why is the parking on so many airports is like the furthest thing away? It's like, want all the gates and everything closed and put the parking as far away as you can get it. Crazy airport though, in the middle of the ocean, and it's sinking. Slowly sinking. I was reading about that earlier. I kind of remember seeing a documentary like way back, like over a decade ago, about them building. I think it was actually close to when they opened it. That's when I saw that. I remember hearing about that. Alright. Man. By the way, I know we're flying on here. We're actually idling. That's just how fast this thing was idling. And I was just like, man, it's so far away. I'm just going to let it go. Now we'll slow it down. And I don't really want to take that one because that cart's in the way. I may have just screwed this up. I don't know. Do you park in a circle? I have no freaking clue. What is the circle? I don't know. I'll just park it right here. How about that? If it's incorrect, oh well. I don't know what this circle means. Parking brake is on. Taxi light can come off. Go ahead and cut the fuel. Alright, we'll turn the avionics off. Turn the generator off. Pitot heat, prop auto heat. Nav and beacon. And take selectors and everything should be off. Alright, get outside. The building doesn't really look nice, does it? Looks kind of generic. It's not the best here in the world, but it's not bad. Is there actually a Delta? Oh, does Delta actually fly over here? It doesn't seem like a very big jet to be flying over here from the U.S. This obviously is a very long flight from Japan to the U.S. It's kind of cool though with the traffic and everything. The bridges. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm not sure exactly where do they park. Doesn't seem like there'd be. I guess there's a parking garage. It doesn't seem like that much. Oh. Anyway, we are here in Osaka, Japan. The next flight is actually going to be extremely short, I do believe. It's over to Tokyo, to Narita. Because we do have scenery for that. And I think that's it for Asia. really. And then we got to fly, I think, northwest, maybe, to Russia, and then head over to the U.S. to Alaska, and then come down through Canada. Wanted to stop at Vancouver, I know that, and then we'll see what. I don't really know how exactly we're gonna get back. I don't know, because Vancouver, then we could stop at Seattle. You got scenery for that. I don't know if we should go down to all the way down to Phoenix. I don't know, because I got scenery for that, which is, I've shown that before, and that is just some sweet, sweet scenery. You got San Fran. I don't know. I like to show scenery, but sometimes it seems like that's a little far south to go when we're really supposed to be heading east. Well, I guess we'll see that when we get there. But anyway, that's going to be it for this flight, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys on the next flight.